So what you do is, before you remove it, you attach it first. Now grow the file system and all that here. Okay, this is what the file system looks like when you add an extra hard drive. Now all of a sudden we found out that SDB is corrupt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this command lsblk, and we'll determine that, oh, SDB is 4 GB, and then SD, what did we add? SDD have enough space to transfer the partitions from here to here. That's what we did. So what we did is move the partition from SDD to SDB to SDD. So what we do is node SDD have enough disk space to hold the partition. Partition from SD. What is happening here? Why is my screen jumping? Maybe it's a problem on my side. So this space to have a I don't know what is happening and my screen is jumping. Give me 1 minute here. Why is my screen jumping? Okay, so remove from volume group. Finally wipe the disk here. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. So now let's oh, okay. Hopefully it works now. It's the my view was in a web page view. I don't know why it was in a web page view. Okay. Let's delete all disk and start fresh, okay? So what you want to do is this is helpful to this is helpful to learn. This is helpful to reset the disk and start again for learning purpose. Okay, don't do this at work, okay? Please don't do this at work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in order to remove the disk. So let's see here. Let me close this. Okay, so in here, let me keep this option for the one we did earlier. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna quickly create the LVMs again. So if I do df-h, so HR accounting and all that is there, right? So in essence, what we did was we just did all these things here. Only what we are doing here matters. So let's go back up here. So I'm gonna just simply copy and paste this. It will work as good here. The other things are just the explanation. Okay, so we're gonna create PV create. Okay, and after that, what we're gonna do is VG create. Okay, VG create, and after that, then we're gonna create the volume groups. LV-N. So when you get this information, you will get this information. Do one this, add that, and that. So when you're building the server, so you just determine and use this as a template. Okay, I'm going to create a database. We're not learning anything new here. I'm just making sure you have clean information when you practice on your own. If you notice, everything is just almost the same, only the end part is changing. Okay, so directories are already there, and then you're gonna do I might as well put these in here. The first one is accounts, right? Second is finance. Third is HR. Fourth is database. Okay, and then mount -a. So I'm not gonna run this part here, but from here to here, this is a script. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run. Okay, it's coming up with the signature here, so I'll explain that a little later. ZMYPTS. I have accounting finance database. Accounting finance database. HR, right? Accounting finance database HR. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is I did everything in the script. And now since the directories are already made, I'm gonna do mount -a. Some case use. Why I'm getting this error? Okay, I still have to do the wipe thing here, so let me show this on my second server here. Okay, so what is my second server? What is my second server? One eleven. Okay, look over here. This is so nice and clean here. Never been used here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy my script here. This is my script. Copy everything here. And I'm gonna do BLKID. So nothing is there. So this is as clear as it could get. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy and paste this in here, and it should run without any problem. There you go. and I do DFF and H. What? Okay. The reason DFF and H is not showing up here is, anybody can take a guess? Why is it not?
In the VI system?
Huh?
You didn't put it in the VI function?
Yeah. FS tab. Very good. I need to put that into the VIETC FS tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this part here. And then this part goes right here. Okay, all right, so now what I'm going to do is VI ETC FS tab. All I do is just go down here, open this, and I'm going to copy this part and paste it in there, okay? It's very simple. Copy and give some space, paste it in there. All looks good to me visually. I'm going to save and exit, and I'm going to say mount -8. I didn't get any error message, and all the disks are mounted now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. It can't get any better than what you just saw in front of your eyes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is okay, this part. This is what we learned so far. Okay, so you could copy this and run it. You copy this and run it. All the toughest part is you just have to take a pen and paper and determine which drives are you going to be using. So just write this down in a piece of paper, PV create, and then determine these are the drives you're going to use. VG create, determine this part here. Okay, so you have to determine what is the name of the volume group. After that, once you determine the very first one, everything else is like copy paste. All you have to change is the name and the size. Everything else is same. Over here, once you determine which file system you're going to use, all you have to do is just copy and paste here. Here we are using ext4, and here we are using XFS, which is good. ext4 is almost obsolete here. Nobody is using it. But at my work, there are some systems we are using it. So I just showed you what ext and XFS file system is. And these are the directories, mount points. You make them, and you make a entry into FS tab. Okay, After that, all you have to do is mount -a. All right, so this part, you deal with this, but I'm not worried about it. Up until here, make sure you know what you're doing and everything, okay? So now what I'm going to show you is at the bottom how to reset everything and start fresh. So what you have to do is you just have to go back in the order. Okay, go back in the order. So what you do is you did LV create, right? Now what we're gonna do is LV remove. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is LV so before that you have to unmount all this here. Unmount you mount finance, you mount accounts, you mount HR, and you mount database. Okay, after that what you're going to do is LV remove, and you're going to copy and paste this here. Logical volume, you're destroying it. Yes, enter, and finance, yes, enter. Okay, HR, yes, enter. And everybody, you all got the idea what is happening, right? Yes, enter. So the logical volume is gone. Remove the logical volumes. Before that, unmount the mount points. Okay, so this part, all you have to do is, these are the commands you're running. Okay, so now if you do LSBLK, you see all the volume groups, logical volumes are gone. But if you do a VGS, if I do VGS, the volume group is still there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to take out the volume group here. So what is the command to take out volume group? Volume group remove, VG remove, and the name ZMPT01 space -y. We are telling yes, go ahead and remove it. And we get an answer here that volume group is removed. Okay, so once the volume group is removed, now what we're going to do is remove the physical volume from LVM. Remove the physical volumes from LVM group. How do we know it's part of LVM? Anybody remember how do you determine if something is LVM or not, or the file system is XFS or not at this point? BLKID. If you look closely here, we have SD, B, C, and E are still part of LVM group. So what we're gonna do is, we did PV create, right? Now what we're gonna do is PV remove. PV remove. Physical volume remove. And which are the ones we need to remove it? This one here, dev SDB space, dev SDC space, and dev SDE, because these are the ones we are playing around with. Okay. So if I hit enter here, you get an answer that physical volume removed, successfully wiped. Okay, finally, there is a command, dd command. I'm going to show more about the dd command here. Now use disk duplicate dd command disk duplicate to wipe the disk at cluster level. So on the hard disk, if you look at the hard disk here, what happens is there is a hard disk, right? Everybody know what the hard disk is. Okay, so this is the hard disk in our picture. This is what we've been using, right? This is the hard disk. It has like a spinning mechanical. This is so clean, it keeps the data on it. Okay, so now this is a magnetic. We don't need to worry about how all those things working. But if you look logically here, okay, here if you look so each disk you have here, so what you have to do is you have to take out each cluster. So even after it says LVM, it has it is has successfully been wiped, but you still use the disk duplicate command to wipe it, remove any signature it may have on it. Okay, so what's going to happen is this will help remove any signature of the previous data on the disk. This is very, very dangerous stuff. Don't do this at work. Okay, but if you get like a decommission, if you're getting a option to decommission the hard drives and all that, then you should run this command here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so based on each hard drive here, what will happen here is we will run the size here. So you do lsblk. So based on this is 4 gig, 8 gig, and 8 gig here. So based on the size, it will take that much amount of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the dd command. The format is dd. Okay, and I'm going to do if equals dev0 output equals output file equals, what is the output file is going to be? Is going to be one of these files, SDB, CD, whichever disk you want to wipe. Okay, so our disk is going to be dev/SDB. Okay, since this is going to take a little longer time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the job in the, I will tell it to run in the background. Okay, so I forgot how to do that. So let's put that in a Google. Run Linux job in background. There you go. Run a Linux command in the background. So what I have to do is I just have to add %, I think. Okay, it's command and I have to add and in it. So the moment I add and, it will run in the background. So why is it running in the background? Why am I moving it in the background? Because it might take a little time for it to complete. So I'm going to do this and SDE and SDC, right? SDC. So what I'm going to do is if I type jobs, you see all these things are running in the background here. And you could keep coming back here and run jobs here. It will update you if it's still running or not. So the first one is running, the second and the third one will run here. So give it like 4 or 5 minutes here because it's going to take some time to wipe the disk clean. And then I will show you what dd command is separately after the break. So right now let's complete this. I'm going to go up here and do jobs again. So those are all still running. I'm not surprised they are still running. Why? Because these are the jobs. So why do you think it's running still after so many minutes? Because it's going to have to write down to 4 gig and 8 gig and 8 gig. So it will take some time to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a good 10-minute break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll look further continue. Okay, break starts now. Let me resume here. Okay, so now, okay, yeah, this is good. It says writing to SDB, no space left on device. Okay, and SDB, SDE, and SDC. Okay, all three drives has been wiped here because it started and went on to continue to wipe it. Okay, which is good. And if you go back here in jobs, there are no jobs running in there. DD writing SD. Okay, so this means this output means the disk has been wiped. To the capacity. Okay, so this command, what it did was we left it on. We didn't put any restriction on it. Why? Because if you do like 5 GB, it will start at 5 GB or whatever. So we left it on so that it continue to wipe the whole disk. Okay. Adding %, will run this in background. Okay, so if I do it, clear this. If I do lsblk, obviously we're not going to see too much information that the disk is wiped clean. blkid, the disk is wiped clean. Okay. So what happened now is, if I go back here, say I'm practicing this again from scratch. What I have to do is I have to run all these commands here, and then mkdir is already there, so all I have to do is mount -a. It's not too much information here. This is one. You have to determine this, you have to determine this, you have to determine this. This is repeating. You have to determine this. This is repeating. All you have to do is change in the end. Okay, it's not a rocket science. I'm going to run it again, and then look how smooth it will run. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Mount -a and df-h. There you go. It all ran successfully without any problem. it's nice and clean and beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and mess around with this here lsblk. I'm gonna take out everything in here. Okay. Well, you all got the idea what is happening here. So in fact, you all could skip everything else and just run this command here. I'm just trying it here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but let's try this. And I'm gonna put this in the background. I'm gonna say delete SDB and SDC, SDD, and SDE, and SDF, SDG. Or I'm going to do BLK, LSBLK. Let's do LSBLK. So we have so many jobs running in the background. This is only a test. I didn't even know if it's going to work. Okay, so let's see if it's going to work. It's not mounted. I'm going to do jobs. So let it run. But in the meantime, let's go back into my other server and I'm going to explain you the DD command in detail. So what a DD command means is a disk duplicate. DD command stands for disk duplicate. So what DD command does is DD command does the exact copy, exact photocopy I should say, of a source to destination.
Alright. Actually, I'm not able to delete the drive. It's showing me busy.
Yeah, unmount all the disks. Unmount all the folders.
Yeah, I have unmounted already, but still I can.
Still, you have a problem here? Let me connect to your source system.
My computer ID is 148.
Yeah, hang on, it's still coming up. Okay, 148.
746
746
180.
180. Okay.
Password is MCE.
Okay. MCE
G
G
91HI.
91HI. Okay, good. All right, show me what you got. Bring up the line. Yeah, no, it's time right there. But do LSBLK first. Okay, so you did VG group remove and all that, right?
No, I could not remove the VG group. See, PBS is still showing me that test 01.
Do VGS. Yeah, so you got to remove VG remove text. Okay, before that, do LVS. Okay, so good. Device PV. Okay, good. Now do VG remove tech 01. Enter. No, I think what you did is you took out. You missed PV. VG remove. You did VG remove before. You did PV remove before you did a VG remove. I think you missed that part. Let's do what you did in history. So you removed. Oh, you took out PV remove before even you did. So you went in the wrong order. So don't worry about that. So let's go ahead and run these commands here. Let's do dd input file equals /dev/0 output file equals dev/sdb. Okay, we're gonna start with B and I'm gonna put and on it. C D E F G. Right, B C D E F G. There's H also. Let's take out H also. So you have all these jobs running in the background here. So let me see if I compare this with my own, if it's getting successful. So the jobs are still running in the background here. Okay, let's wait and see if it's running in the background. We'll have that in there, and if it's going to be done here. Okay, give me 5 minutes here. I make a call here, so give me 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back here. So looks like it is starting to fail, which is a good thing for us. That it says it went on and tried to wipe everything off, and it's failing, no space left or whatnot. So I'm going to see jobs. Job 2 is running, job 1 is down here. So I'm not worried about that now. So let's go ahead and I'm going to talk about the dd command here, okay? So what dd command does is it does the exact photocopy of a source to destination. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this lsblk again, and what I'm going to do is I have this SDE, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the source and destination are either the equal size or the destination is larger than source. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to copy this disk to SDF. I'm going to copy it to SDH. Okay.
So my DD command is still showing running.
Yeah, it's going to run because of the size is in gigabytes.
So before complete, I cannot delete or
No, don't. Yeah, I mean you're deleting the super delete, so let it run. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna select SDE as source. We're gonna use this as source. And then I'm gonna use SDH as destination. And the size for the source disk is 8 GB. And the size for the destination is 24 GB. Or destination is 12 GB. Okay, and this is for dd command. Okay, so okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, what I did here. dd command does the exact copy. So there are some things you need to remember is the source node the destination must be greater than or equal to source. Okay, so it is very easy to determine which one is what. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to run the actual command here. So the command is going to be let me clear this. So the command is dd, means disk duplicate. Okay, and input file if equals /dev/ which one are we using? SDE. Output file equals dev/ SDG SDH. Okay, so what is this gonna do is I'm not gonna run this in the background, but so what is happening here is so dd is the command. It can't do anything. Give me 1 second here. Okay, it's working now. What happened here? Oh, I end up hitting hold on. So dd equals input file equals /dev/ SDE output file. OF stands for IF stands for input and OF stands for output. Dev SDH, right? Is that what we are doing? You're doing E to H. Okay. So I'm going to explain the command. So dd is the command. dd is the command. And IF stands for input file. Guys, remember, dev/SDE, even though it is a hard drive, okay, but Linux manage this as a file. Okay, that's how the Linux works. And output file, OF stands for output file. And this is source. And then this is a destination disk. What will happen is /dev/SDE is going to be exact photocopy to dev/SDH.
Mr. Savat, that is not running for some reason. I put it in on mine and it's not doing anything.
Why'd you hit enter? Why'd you jump ahead?
Oh, I wasn't. Oh, I thought we had done that earlier when before you got to this part.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, let me clear it out then.
Okay. So now, so I was just explaining you. I didn't really hit enter yet. Okay, so now I'm gonna paste it here. So now, if I hit enter, what is going to happen is you're not gonna see anything here. That's why I was running it in the background. I was adding and then hit enter, so it ran in the background here. Okay. So what you could do is just leave this part alone and open another session and go in there. So let me log in again, duplicate session, and I'm gonna log in as Zafar, my secret password, and then I'm gonna log into my own server here. I think mine is one is 117 and another one is 111. Okay, I'm in there now. So let me see if I could type jobs and hit enter. It won't be in this here. But if you do lsblk, you would okay, right now I think it's still running here. It's busy working on it. Okay, I should have added and sign to the end so that it would have ran in the background. So while it's doing that, let me bring this here, and if I could add and sign. I'm sorry, I didn't add and sign here. Add and in the background. Looks horrible. Add and to run in the background. So why is it taking so long here? Because if you see the size of SDE is 8 GB. Okay, so let's go ahead and wait until then.
Yeah, mine finished running already. It said it copied 302,
Okay.
8.6 gigabyte copied.
Okay, good. You might have hit enter earlier here. Now do lsblk. If you compare SDE and SDH, it will be like perfect match. Are you seeing that or no? Which one did you use? Did you use SDE and SDH?
Let me go up. I use SDE and SDH. Yes, sir. So SDE is 8 gigabyte and SDH is 12 gigabyte.
Okay, do lsblk. And is SDE and SDH are the matching?
No, sir. It's still 12 gig and 8 gig.
No, but this part here, is it showing LVM and all that? Let me look at your screen.
No, it's not showing there.
Give me your password.
It's 7VU4J3C1.
Okay, start again. Password. What is your ID? 148? Is that you or no?
No, that's not me. I'm 539. 469-209-539.
Okay. 7. Give me the password again.
7VU4J3CI. 3C1.
Okay, I'm in. Where did you say it was successful?
Let me go up. That's what it said right there. It said the records in, the records out, That's what it was copied. 8.6 gigabyte copied.
Okay. Oh, okay. It did this work here, but you're not seeing anything because you copied blank file to blank file. What you should have done is you should have instead done SDB.
Oh, okay. So SDP and maybe SDC or
No,
SD to SDH instead.
yeah, SDC, and they are like 4 GB, right? Maybe it will run faster here. Let's do SDB because you got like two file system on it, and you could run it. Well, you have two windows open, right? So it's
Yeah, I have
gonna.
3 windows. It's okay.
You could have 1,000 windows, man. The more you do it, the better it gets. Okay. I want you guys to use this online system I'm giving you and break it. You have to tell me I break the system. I'll be so happy. Okay? I want you guys all to use it, and break it and destroy it. And I will be so happy, okay? Because you're gonna learn breaking it. At your job, you won't have chance to break it, okay? If you break a production system, they'll be losing money. How much money they'll be losing? If you break a production system at Amazon or Apple, they'll be losing like $1 million a minute or something. Okay, don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah, break anything and everything you want, break it here. Okay, now let it run here. Let me look at my screen here and see if it's done. Okay, it says it's done, blah blah blah. Okay, if I do lsblk here, lsblk, oh, it's not showing. Records in, records out, and it copied this much information here. So you have to run part probe, maybe part probe, and oh, it's not showing because I am not root. Okay, I'm root. Still not showing. Now I'm going to run part probe. SDH. Why is it not showing? Maybe I need to unmount those. df-h. I need to unmount HR and database. And database is being used here. So you mount /HR. You mount /database. Okay. Okay, this information is coming from my other computer, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'm surprised it didn't run the command. Let me run the command again. Now that it's unmounted, right? Let me go ahead and unmount accounting and finance also. Or I don't need to because HR and database is here. But database is partially over here. So let me unmount finance. And let me go ahead and do accounting also. Okay, and let me hit enter. All right, we'll let it run here because this is really important. You see what is happening. It's gonna take another 5 minutes anyway, so let me just go ahead and put a timer for 5 minutes. Hopefully, be done that. So, in the meantime, anybody have any questions going on? Please ask me right now.
Yeah, when I try to amount the finance and accounting, it's saying the mount point is not found, which I don't understand why. It's the same command that you ran.
But it's not mounted. You have to see if it's mounted or not.
Oh
You're
yeah, okay.
using
Oh
you're
no,
using
so only
accounts.
accounts is mounted.
Unbound account, not accounting. Look here.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, command not found. You okay, done.
Okay, it says record in, record out. So it took exactly 5 minutes. Here, now I'm gonna do LSBLK. It's still not doing it. Part probe. I'm surprised. Why is it not doing it?
So basically, the result we are expecting is for whatever in the first part to copy exactly into the second part.
Yeah, it will be
What we
just,
did.
it will look exactly like this in
Okay.
SDH.
Yeah, it's not doing that.
Okay. AD depth mapper. Okay, look at the fingerprint here though. The fingerprint over here and over here is same exact number. Can you see that? That tells me at least it worked partially, but we are not seeing the results. Let me exit, and let's exit out of here. I'm gonna go back in there again. I need to be root. Part probe dev SDH. So what you do is if you get stuck, you put in Google dd command see he's using dd input. We don't need to do that. This is the command dd input file, output file, that's it. I'm going to restart the system and see what happens. I have not showed you guys how to restart and all that. I will do that later on, but not now. So I'm restarting the system. Oh, you know what? It may not come back up. But it did. Okay. Okay, did you notice something? When the system restarted, all these things got mounted automatically. This is what I was talking about. Why all this file system got mounted automatically? Because of what?
Because it was already in the FX tab.
Very good, very good, very good, very good. You got the job, man. What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for the company to hire me.
Well, put your resume out and you'll get the job, okay? Here's the thing here. Let me go ahead and do this again one more time. Unmount all this and then restart again. Let's go into cat etcfs tab, and you see accounts, finance, and all this information in here, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount everything. You want finance. Oh, I need to sudo root umount /finance umount /hr umount /database umount /accounts. Okay, I'm going to restart the system. Let's see what's going to happen here. I'm going to ping it. It's not pinging anymore. It'll come back, start pinging again. Oh, I should have did dffnh. But anyway, when I did unmount, it removed. The file system is not in there. So when the system is booting up, let me see if I could show you that. Okay, so system just rebooted here. Let's go ahead and, okay. So I'm going to go into 111, do dffnh, and all four system is back. File system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more time. I'm gonna do u1/hr database, and I'm gonna say finance accounts. Okay, if I do df-h, is not there. All four are gone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart it. So the moment I hit enter, so the system is restarting here in the background, and you could see it's going to fly through a lot of files in there. And one of the file is the system is going to read the etc fstab file. I mean, there may not be enough time here to see how all these files are like flying by. One of them is etc fstab. The system came right back up. So believe me, it did went through etc fstab. And if you do df-h, so all the file systems are back in there. Why? Thanks to vi etc fstab. In the environment, normally the system doesn't go down right away. You have to bring it down, okay? And the reason being is the environment, the infrastructure is all controlled environment. So what that means is most of the time it doesn't. But in a catastrophic mode, if there is a catastrophe, the system went down, when it came back up, it automatically mounts this file system for you. That's all is there for you. Okay, so I'm going to stop here today. I'm going to go find out why this is not working, and then we'll work on this tomorrow, and then we'll take care of this. Maybe there is a problem with the kernel. We may need to update this here, but I'm not worried about it now. Okay, so we'll stop here. I'll find out why it's not working, and I will go from there. Okay, when I'm done, I'll upload this video, and then any questions, put in a chat, okay? All right, everybody, have a good day, and we'll meet tomorrow.